Now, Katie,
Yes.
I want to show you guys how I like to set up a computer when I start using Windows. What was one of the major themes in today's session? Finding stuff, right? I have a real hard time finding stuff. Now, I'm going to ask Katie here to follow certain instructions, and we're going to tame this beast. Can we kill the lights, please? This is the way the computer might look when you log in. Well, the problem is, I can't find the mouse pointer very well. I'm looking at the world through a very narrow set of, well, you might say, binoculars or straws. I have to move my head to see the entire computer screen, where you guys can just move your eyeballs and take in the whole panorama at once. It drives me absolutely nuts locating the mouse, especially if they have busy wallpaper or patterns or something like that. It's beautiful, I know, but it's very difficult to see. And all the icons on the desktop makes it difficult as well. So we're going to convert this into something that looks much better for a visually impaired person. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the wallpaper. Katie, one of the ways in which I like to interact with the computer is with the keyboard. I want to get into the Start menu and type in a word. Now, there's a lot of ways to get at these functions in Windows. Here's my favorite way. Katie, hold down the Control key and the Escape key at the same time. That brings up the Start menu. Type in the word background. Okay, and then hit Enter. Okay, there we go. We see some more of the busy backgrounds. Do you see there at the top it says something like select backgrounds from? Right at the top there. What does it say? What do we select?
Picture location.
I don't want a picture location. Click on that.
Okay. It has Windows desktop background, picture library, top rated photos, or solid colors.
Yeah, baby. Solid color. Let's go to solid. And you know, now, it varies from individual to individual what color combination works best. I knew a visually impaired person who liked white on blue, but that doesn't work for me. Light colors like white and yellow against black work well for me. So let's choose the black solid color, and then click on OK at the bottom there. Well, that's part of the problem solved. Here's another problem. I like to see not only fairly large letters on the desktop, but also I want them to be really sharp in focus and not blurry and fuzzy like they get sometimes. So let me show you how to get both. How to get sharp and large letters on the desktop. Would you please, Katie, once again open the Start menu. Do you remember what the key combination is? Control and Escape, right? And type in the word resolution. Okay, and then hit Enter. Okay, now, first thing we want to do is where it asks us to select the resolution, use the pull-down menu there, and there is one of these values that is recommended by Windows. This one is what the monitor is commercially set to use. It looks best when you display the desktop using the recommended resolution. What is the recommended resolution here?
1360 by 768.
1360 by 768. Okay, choose that.
Okay.
And then click on, I believe it's okay, is it not?
Yes, okay.
Yep. Well, if you got up close, that would make things look sharper. However, when you increase the resolution, what happens to the size of the icons and the letters on your desktop? It gets smaller. It's sort of like you're up higher in an airplane. You can see more of the landscape, but things aren't as big. No, I don't want it only sharp. I want it big too. So this is what we do. She gets back into the Start menu, once again goes to Resolution, hits Enter, And near the bottom there, it's going to allow you to set the icon size.
Let's make text and other items larger or smaller.
Right, click on that. And we have 3 options. I think it's medium.
There's smaller,
Small.
100%,
Right.
medium, 125%, and larger, 150%.
Now, of course I would normally say, well, give me the largest one. The problem with that, though, is sometimes if you set the icon and the text size too large, certain things won't properly fit on the computer screen. So, we're going to bump it up to 125%, the middle setting, instead of the highest one, to err on the side of caution. And then click on OK.
You must log on to your computer to apply these.
That's right, so do that. Log off the computer. This won't take very long. I have a solid state drive. Thank you for that, Dr. Fansler.
Is the...
No.
Okay.
No, I'd have to kill you if I told you what it was. Good.
All right.
Now, give me an OK.
Okay. It is up.
Okay. Now, we have both sharp and big. Roll the mouse around. I don't know, I still have trouble finding it. Can we make the mouse better?
Yeah.
You sure can. What I'm thinking I'm going to type in if I want to mess around with the mouse. Oh, I know. Get into the start menu, MOUSE. That might work. I feel like MICKE. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and then, yeah, I think it's the top one.
This is mouse.
Right? Now, let's choose mouse pointer first of all.
Okay.
Okay? Now, they have different schemes. I think we're using the,
Windows Standard.
it's, I believe, a white mouse.
Yes,
right
a
now.
white mouse with a black outline.
Let's change it to a black mouse.
Okay.
And then click on OK. Let's see what that looks like. There's one there near the top. I think it's some black, right, any one of those black ones is fine.
There's a black mouse with a white outline now.
That's fine.
Okay.
So it's inverted, and then click on OK. Well, that might not have been the best choice because I have a black desktop. But here's the problem. In the real world, sometimes the mouse is going to be over light-colored stuff. Sometimes the mouse is going to be over dark-colored stuff. What do? I have the mouse act contrary. There is an inverted color scheme. Whatever the mouse is over, the mouse will change to a contrasting color. If there's a black background, the mouse will be mostly white. If there's a white background, the mouse will be mostly black. And there are other combinations for blue and orange and so forth. So let's do that, Katie. Let's once again get into a start menu. Let's once again type in mouse. Let's once again go to mouse pointers. And let's find something like inverted, maybe extra large. Any one of those inverted extra large ought to be okay.
Inverted extra large.
Right. And then click on OK. Now, watch this. Let's see, what color is the mouse now? White. Let's open up a window like a computer. Put your mouse over the window. Now it's black, see? Okay, get out of that window, please. You know, I'm still not happy. That is a real teeny-weeny little object against a really big background. Is there a way that I can make it even easier to find? Because it just drives me, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. It drives me crazy trying to find the mouse. Sure there are. There are 2 other pointer options we can set. We'll do them one by one. Once again, get into the start menu. Once again, get into MOUSE. This time, click on the pointer, mouse pointer options.
Okay.
And near the bottom, the third one from the bottom is pointer trails. You see it?
Yes.
And there's a little slider that you can adjust how long the trail is. Just leave it where it's at, Katie.
Okay.
And after you check the box, click on OK there. And now roll the mouse around. You see it has a little tail. And by adjusting the slider, you can make that tail longer or shorter, whatever you prefer. Sometimes it's too much of a good thing. But you know, sometimes that still isn't enough. So this is what we do. Once again, get into mouse. Once again, go to pointer options and click the bottom checkbox. What's that one called, Katie?
It says show location of pointer when I press the control key.
Do that, check that box, click on OK. Put the mouse, so let's say in the middle of the screen.
Okay.
Now tap the control key. Do you see what happens? I can see that. It's sort of like the reverse of dropping a pebble into the water. Instead of the ripples spreading outward, the ripples contract. They get concentric and the circles get smaller and smaller and smaller. So my eye is directed toward the exact position of the mouse. And it doesn't get in the way of anything else. It only comes up intermittently when I tap the control key. Now, why don't we open up a window? Just open up a computer again.
Okay.
Some people like to use a magnifier. Some people say, well, that's all well and good, but I still need things bigger. This is how you can activate the magnifier very easily. Hold down the Windows key, Katie,
Okay.
and then tap a couple of times the plus sign. More, see? And then roll your mouse around. You see, you get a built-in magnifier, and if you need to back out of it, you hold down the same Windows key and you tap on the minus sign.
Okay.
Katie, you did a fantastic job on that. Now, what I want to do is give you guys one or two other tips. Can we please, let's just get out of that window. Get back to the normal magnification, by the way.
Okay, we're on normal.
Right. Even though it looks good to run the computer at a high resolution, sometimes in order to run a program properly, or in order to be able to see what's in the program window, I have to adjust the resolution, make it smaller or larger. Is there an easy way that I can do that without using the mouse, without getting into some fancy settings? There is. There's a free program on the web called Easy Res Changer. Now watch what's going to happen here. Katie, hold down the Control key, the Alt key, and tap the number 3 key. Control Alt and number 3 at the same time.
I don't see anything.
Let's see.
Control Alt 3.
Control Alt 3. Let me see if I'm doing that right. Yeah. Control Alt 3. That changed the resolution to 1024 by 768. Control Alt 2 changed it to 800 by 600. Control Alt 1 changed it to 640 by 480. That allows me to adjust the resolution on the fly just in case I need to make it usually a little lower than what the recommended Windows setting is. So that allows me to find the best of both worlds. Still high enough so that things look good, but not so high that the stuff on my screen is so tiny I can't see it. Now, you know about how customizable web browsers are, like Firefox and Google Chrome. Let me show you just a couple of things I did to trick out my Firefox browser to make it easier for me to use. Now, Katie, there's a couple ways you can launch Firefox. I know there's a little icon, but remember, it's hard to see the icon. So why don't you get into the Start menu, type in the word Firefox.
Enter.
Right, now that isn't your dad's Firefox, is it? Look at that. It doesn't have the customary bland theme. I think this theme is called In the Dark, which I'm sure my wife would agree that describes me to a T sometimes. I'm in the dark. Again, I can see light colors against a dark background better than dark colors against a light background, so I chose that theme. Here's something else I did. Katie, would you do a favor for me and hold down the Control key and tap the letter T at the same time? Tap, 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 tap many times. Now, what I'm hoping to see here is different colored tabs. Every time a new tab is created in the web browser, a wonderful program called, strangely enough, colorful tabs that you can download at mozilla.org, generates a tab with a randomly chosen different color. So again, I might not be able to read the words on the tab, but I can say, well, I know the red one is ISU. I know the blue one is the Internet Movie Database and so forth. So if you're, again, a person who can key in on color and better than reading the words, this makes things easier to navigate. Let's go to my website. Katie, I'll probably type it in because there's a pesky tilde character here. I want to show you guys just two more things about the web browser.
Let me just look, I don't think we're in the right box.
Yeah, get me in the right address.
Hold on one moment.
I thought I was, actually.
Okay, there we are.
Okay. Okay, this is...
Those were not connected to the internet.
Oh, great. Okay, let me tell you what you would have seen if we were to get connected to the... do we have the cable? No, it's probably too much. Well, you would have seen a website.
I'll pull it up with the smart cord.
You would have seen, no, that it wouldn't achieve my goal.
No?
No.
Okay, sorry.
You would have seen the dark website with light colored letters. And I designed my page so that it can be looked at different resolutions, even the lowest one, 640 by 480, and things still look fine. They don't get jumbled up. This is one thing I wish that more people who make websites would pay attention to. Yes, I know a lot of people use high screen resolutions, but because I need things bigger, I often use lower resolutions, and if a consequence of that is messing up the way web pages look, that kind of defeats the whole purpose. So for you web page designers, check the resolution, check the way the website looks at different resolutions to make sure it still looks okay to those of us, yes, I know a small minority, but still an important one, that like to access your site using larger text and larger images. Okay?